Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock. I'm Will Puckett.
And I'm Madison Pergram.
Well, yesterday we got in a little bit of the rain action, which was nice to see.
It was nice. Went home and took a nap, and it was great to hear the rain falling.
What a lucky lady. Well, let's bring in meteorologist Kelly McShane this morning. Kelly, it seems like yesterday's rain was a good nap time for Madison. Is she going to get another opportunity at that today?
Maybe not today, but there's another chance later on in this week. So I'll let you know about that napping weather here in just a little bit. But overall, today is going to be a beautiful day throughout the region. We're starting off on a calm note as well. Over into Whitesburg, pretty calm scene over there. Not too much fog downtown. And satellite and radar is showing a few clouds still working through it throughout the Cumberland Valley region and near Tennessee. So overall, that's all we're dealing with this morning, but we should stay dry throughout the entire day. And because of those clouds to the south, they are a little bit warmer into those upper 50s to lower 60s. But check out those temperatures to the north. Ashland 52 this morning, Moorhead 54. So you folks may need a jacket this morning. Really, everyone might need that jacket. But overall, we're off to a cool start to what is going to be a seasonable day. And I will have more details on the rest of the week's forecast here in just a little bit, guys.
Thanks, Kelly. Well, yesterday was a big day for coffee lovers in Hazard, including myself. It was the grand opening of Starbucks in the Hazard Food City. The new store serves coffee and food items. Customers got in line early yesterday morning to place their first order at the new location. The Perry County Judge Executive Scott Alexander says this store is something that has been on the minds of many.
From when I first started office, I heard people, talk about things we needed, and Starbucks was one that would come up, and lots of times people would say we'll never get a Starbucks, but here we are.
Before yesterday's opening in Hazard, the nearest Starbucks locations to the city were in London and Pikeville. The store is open 7 days a week.
Well, this week, some Eastern Kentucky students, as well as students across the country, are celebrating Gear Up Week. Gear
Up is a program that gets students prepared for higher education and careers at a young age.
WYMT's Katie Cook visited Jones Fork Elementary in Knott County to see how the program has impacted students.
Kids start to dream about what they want to be when they grow up at a young age.
I want to go to Moorhead State University and be a brain surgeon.
A nurse.
I want to be a pediatrician.
A doctor. A teacher.
But sometimes the idea of college or starting a career path doesn't come until it's too late.
So many times there are students who are ill-prepared.
The federal grant program Gear Up allows 7th and 8th graders at Jones Fork Elementary to start preparing early.
I want to get financial aid and things like that so I can get through college and get maybe an aviation degree or anything like that. And Gear Up helps me to reach those goals.
Providing new technology and educational opportunities.
Sometimes the Gear Up Foundation will give us grants for things like we got a new smart board.
With special attention outside of class to discuss future goals.
By pulling me out and helping me get through reading and math and science and all my subjects.
And remember, these students are only in elementary school.
Sometimes we talk about different colleges and what I would want to be.
But soon they will be the future of their communities. In Mousy, Katie Cook, WYMT Mountain News.
Hopefully they start telling them how to pronounce FAFSA and what that actually is, because I could have used that even back then. Well, students are participating in a different activity each day this week, such as wearing a college t-shirt to school. The academic interventionist that leads the Gear Up program at Jones Fork will mentor students throughout high school, making sure they are on track for college.
Big changes are coming to the way the state grades schools and districts. The Kentucky Department of Education will begin using the star rating system. Schools will receive 1 to 5 stars based on proficiency, growth, transition readiness, and graduation. Schools could lose a star for a big achievement gap.
We're looking at the differences between student groups. So for each specific school. So what it is there will be for different groups, we'll look at racial groups as well as services groups.
The school ratings will likely be released sometime next week.
A hazmat scare yesterday in Martin County. Officials were forced to close the government center when a strong chemical odor filled the air. One woman went to the hospital as a result. County officials say this is not the first time that this has happened. Crews spent much of the day trying to determine where it originated. They found nothing of concern, saying it might be fumes from a storage closet. However, some employees believe it is an issue with the heating and cooling system.
That's what it seemed like. It was coming out of the air conditioning. As far as I know, they've shut the courthouse down until they figure out what's causing it.
The exact cause is still unknown. The sheriff tells us the building will be open today.
One Whitley County community has voted to add more restrictions on vaping. Williamsburg City Council voted unanimously to add vaping to its indoor smoking ban. That change takes effect immediately. The council called a special meeting last night for the vote. It comes as the school district is dealing with teen vaping.
Well, even though bills to legalize it have failed in the Kentucky General Assembly, medical marijuana continues to be a big topic among health experts here in the Commonwealth. Many of those experts met yesterday at a conference hosted by the Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky. Discussions range from what exactly it means to label marijuana as medicine, research gaps, expected revenues, and costs, what other states are doing, the impact on the justice system, and what type of public education is needed. Medical experts say they do not believe there is sufficient research out there to support the legalization.
We saw with the opioid epidemic how it's very easy to cherry pick studies or misrepresent studies for special interest gains. There is that concern in this situation. We have some evidence that there's value to it, but we also have some evidence that there's harmful effects.
Many doctors think research is lagging behind the public push for marijuana because regulations from the federal level limit and prevent some studies.
Temperatures are definitely on the chilly side as we start off our Tuesday, thanks to that cold front that did work through yesterday. But overall temperatures throughout the region, you're going to want a light jacket because those temperatures are in the 60s and the 50s this morning. Pikeville at 59, Jackson at 58 here in Hazard. We are at 64 this morning. So overall, a pretty cool start to the day. Visibility is a little bit reduced heading into Harlan and Bell counties as well as Whitley County. So overall, just be very careful traveling along to the south, and satellite and radar is showing a few clouds still lingering near the Tennessee border and into the Cumberland Valley. So just be very careful throughout the region. And your forecast for today, it will be an absolutely beautiful day with plenty of sunshine and temperatures pretty comfortable in the upper 70s. And I will let you know how quickly we warm up later on this week here in just a little bit, guys.
Thank you, Kelly, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning.
More news is on the way.
Health officials say flu activity is already starting to pick up, with one case already reported in central Kentucky.
And we look at one group who is hoping to be a lifeline for families of children and young adults living with a serious illness.